Today we will be looking at finding percent change. Percent change, that is an increase or decrease, is defined as the change divided by the original. In this case, we will consider the original of the whole. It will go in the denominator. For example, let's assume that the original is 16 and the new amount is 20. First, we will consider, is this an increase or decrease? Since the new amount is greater than the original, this is an increase. All right, now we will set up this proportion. Change divided by original. Well, in this case, our original is 16. That becomes the denominator of our fraction. The change, just like at the store, if you were to buy something that cost $3 and you pay with a $5 bill, your change is 2. Change indicates subtract. Change indicates subtract. We're going to find the positive difference. That is the large number minus the small one. In this case, 20 minus 16. Well, 20 minus 16 is 4. So we have here 4 over 16. Well, we want to convert this fraction to a percent. We're going to capitalize on the fact that we know percent means per 100. So we're going to take this 4 over 16 and set it equal to x over 100. 4 divided by 16 equals x over 100. Since percent means per 100, if we can write this fraction with a denominator of 100, we can simply use the numerator to be the percent. Well, let me reduce 4 over 16. 4 goes into 4 one time, 4 into 16 4 times. We could cross multiply, but in this case, it's a little bit easier to consider. 4 times what number yields 100? That's correct. 4 times 25 is 100. Since we would multiply 24 by 25 to get to 100, we should multiply 1 by that same number. Multiplying 1 by 25, we have that x is 25. So x equals 25. So this fraction then becomes 25 over 100. 25 over 100. Since percent means per 100, to say 25 over 100 is the same as saying 25 per 100. Therefore, 25 is the percent. So we will write the answer in this case as 25%. And as stated earlier, that is an increase. To go from an original of 16 to a new of 100 is an increase of 25%. Example number 2. Original 80, new 70. In this case, we have a decrease. Okay, back to our proportion. Percent change will be equal to the change divided by the original. In our case, the original is 80. And the change, again, is a subtraction. The big number minus the little one. We want a positive difference. 80 minus 70 is 10. So the fraction we have is 10 over 80. We must convert this to a percent. Again, we will capitalize on the fact that percent means per 100. So 10 over 80, we will set equal to x over 100. All right, first do some reducing. 10 goes into 10 one time, 10 into 80 8 times. Essentially, we cast out the zeros. That is the same as dividing by 10 in this case. 10 over 80 is equivalent to 1 over 8. Now we can cross multiply. We're going to cross multiply because unlike the previous one, where it was easy to find the multiplier from 4 to 100, 4 times 25 yields 100. It's not quite as clear here what 8 times gets us to this 100. So we will go with our cross multiplication. 8 times x and 1 times 100. 8 times x yields 8x. 1 times 100 is 100. We set these two products equal to each other. Now solving for x, we will divide by 8 on both sides. The 8's cancel to leave x is equal to 100 divided by 8. We will now divide 8 into 100. 8 divides into 100. 8 goes into 10 one time. Subtract, I get 2. Bring down the 0. 8 goes into 20 twice. Two times 8 is 16. Subtract, I get 4. Introduce a decimal here. No, we have a 0 here. Bringing down this 0. 40. 8 into 45 times. Since there's a decimal here, we will have the decimal right above. 5 times 8 is 40. We get 0. So we see that our answer is 12.5. X in this case is 12.5. So we would write this as 12.5 over 100. This tells us that we have 12.5 over 100. Well, since it's 12.5 per 100, that's telling us that our percent change is 12.5%. Thus, 12.5%. And as we saw in the beginning, it's a decrease. I'm going to show one additional way to handle this 100 divided by 8. We know the answer should be 12 over 5. So, $100 divided by 8. Consider reducing this. What number goes into both 100 and 8? Well, 4 does. 4 goes into 8 twice. 4 goes into 100 25 times. So we have 25 over 2. Now consider making this a mixed number. 2 goes into 25. How many times? 12 entire times. 2 times 12 is 24. 25 minus 24 is 1. The 2 becomes the denominator. So 100 divided by 8 is the same as 25 divided by 2. That's 12 and 1/2, which is clearly the same as 12.5.